Good afternoon, folks. Great to see you. Since the Tea Party began, we've been called racist, terrorists, homophobes, and they tell us we're stupid, that we can't even string a sentence together, let alone a platform of principles and objectives. Oh, really? The Pledge of Renewal is one of many efforts to collect our concerns from Tea Parties all over the nation and put a sock in their mouths. The type you wear, actually, and hopefully it's been used a few times. To present the pledge, we have a few of us behind me, and when your hot button issues are mentioned, and you hear your own voice in your mind, because we are you. Eternal vigilance is the price of liberty. Our history overflows with such admonitions, warnings from our forefathers about power corrupting and absolute power corrupting absolutely. In recent decades, so confident and comfortable have we the people become in the seemingly timeless and ironclad strength of our nation's covenants. Our eyelids have drooped and our minds grown distracted. In this vacuum of neglect, those in power, both Democrats and Republicans, have succumbed to the temptations of international interests, grown exalted and aloof in their visions of beneficent grandeur, and come to view as merely quaint those principles and values that once bound Americans in mutual trust and enlightened endeavor. In consequence, federal legislation has been crafted to ever-decreasing common denominators, and politicians have become enthralled in the endless pander for votes. This has rendered many of our original rights all but neutered, and it has elevated people who may not even be citizens to the status of most sought-after voters.
We the people, through gross negligence, have aided and abetted the steady erosion of our individual rights, our states' rights, and our national sovereignty. We have come to accept the very corruptions our forefathers warned against, until now we stand at the threshold of a tyranny not unlike that which fired the crucible of our founding. Constitutional rights have been granted to foreign enemy combatants, while the groundwork has been quietly laid to strip these same rights from U.S. citizens. Fiscal policies have suppressed the economy and increased dependency on government, while assuring extreme rates of taxation as well as hyperinflation. Wedges have been driven to divide peoples of all religion, as when Muslims get lauded while Christians are browbeaten. Campaigns to subvert our freedom of speech have been paid for with tax dollars, and the votes of elected officials have been purchased with special perks and exemptions. These are just a few of the many insults to our Constitution and to our rights. If we take one more step, if we fail to step back, we risk ceding our unalienable rights to those moneyed and international interests who prolonged meddling betrays a deep-rooted intent to dissolve the United States and absorb her remains into global socialist empire.
Now is the moment to rescue our heritage of freedom and liberty. Now is the moment to reclaim our birthright as children of the divine. Should we falter, the sands of time threaten to bury our forefathers' creation, and upon our heads will history lay blame for succumbing to the devils of our lesser nature. To rekindle the trust our forefathers bequeathed us, to re-empower we the people, to reconstitute the Constitution and restore our republic, we therefore solemnly pledge to strive toward these goals and abide by these principles. To cut government waste, adopt pay-as-we-go spending rules, cap total lifetime taxes, simplify tax codes, defund and dismantle departments and agencies that are unconstitutional, and return monetary policy and control to transparent, sovereign, and constitutional authority.
To reform energy, environmental, and economic policies, base decisions on hard science. Develop our own fossil and nuclear resources following rational environmental safeguards. And deploy alternate energy resources as they become commercially viable. To prohibit the federal government from entering the private sector. And curb corporatism when it conflicts with national sovereignty. To reaffirm freedom of speech and the means to defend it. A free people must never surrender their last means of defense against tyranny. And a just government need never fear reprisal.
Reject political correctness for the cancer it has become. And reaffirm the founders' intended relationship between religion and government. Following in the footsteps of Roger Williams, who I am a direct descendant of, founder of Rhode Island and the Providence Plantations, espoused separation of church and state, but they dreaded separation from the inherent moral imperatives of religion.
To restore national and state sovereignty. Rescind all government instruments that violate the United States and states' constitutions. Require such instruments be handled in the future as constitutional amendments. Prohibit amnesty for illegal aliens. Secure our borders. And require proof of citizenship in order to vote. To reform foreign policy. Participate in global initiatives without compromising sovereignty, and apply rules consistent to strengthen alliances, cultivate cooperation, and oppose tyranny. To reform Article 2 of the Constitution, adopt term limits for all government positions, elected and otherwise, and require full public access to documents which irrefutably provide eligibility for office.
To galvanize the fourth branch of government, promote separation of journalism and state, restore the will to be good citizens, and rejuvenate education and constitutional principles. To prohibit political dynasties and promote citizen politicians. And reaffirm that all laws apply equally to all citizens, recognizing that elected officials are citizens first and foremost. To restore constitutional checks and balances and increase legislative transparency. Remove judges who legislate from the bench. Require legislators to enumerate the constitutional justification for every bill they propose. Sunset or repeal laws that are unconstitutional, like the health care bill. And prohibit government agencies from issuing de facto laws via mandates that circumvent proper legislative procedures and citizen participation. support of this pledge, with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor. Thank you.
Let's hear it for our grassroots patriots of the Tea Party and their Pledge of Renewal.